You ever feel like you're just constantly fighting with life? I mean, always pushing, always struggling, just trying to get ahead? Well, today we're going to dive into this really radical framework called reality transurfing, and it basically says there's a completely different way to live. It's all about putting down the sword, and starting to consciously choose the reality you want to experience.
And this quote from Vadim Zeland's work, man, it just hits right at the heart of that feeling, doesn't it? It's that deep, bone-weary exhaustion that comes from pouring every last bit of your energy into a fight with the world, only to end up right back where you started, but now you're just drained.
Yeah, I'm guessing for most of us, it absolutely does. That feeling of burnout from wrestling with everything, your job, your circumstances, even your own thoughts, it's something we all know. But what if that whole idea, that whole premise of fighting for what you want, what if it's just wrong from the get-go?
So that leads us right into our first big topic. Transurfing really starts by trying to figure out a fundamental problem. Why is it that even with all our effort, all our willpower, our biggest dreams still feel like they're just right over there, completely out of reach?
And here it is, the big problem. We've been told that happiness is something you have to fight for, not something you can just choose. It's like we're playing a game, but we've been given the wrong rulebook from day one. We've been taught that life is a struggle, and happiness is the prize you get at the end of the battle. But reality transurfing says that belief isn't just unhelpful, it's the actual cage that keeps us stuck.
All right, so if that's the cage, how do we get out? Well, this is the cool part. It's not about learning new fighting moves. It's about realizing you don't even have to be in the boxing ring. What transurfing offers is a completely new map of reality, and it requires a huge shift in how you see, well, everything.
Okay, so at the very heart of this new map is a concept called the alternative space. Now try to forget everything you think about reality being this one single timeline. Instead, picture this, an infinite information field that holds every possible scenario for everything. Every choice you could make, every life path, every outcome, it all already exists there, kind of like a blueprint.
So if all those possibilities are out there, what does that make us? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. We're not victims of fate, and we're not warriors fighting against it. We're more like selectors. See, your thought energy isn't just random static. It's like a tuning fork. It vibrates at a certain frequency, and when it does, it resonates with one of those infinite possibilities, pulling it from potential into your actual physical reality. So the key isn't to fight or create, it's to choose.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. If we can just choose from this infinite menu of realities, why isn't everyone just happy and living their perfect life? Good question. Well, according to Zeland, it's because this space is filled with these invisible energy traps, and their whole job is to hijack our attention and suck away our power to choose.
And he has a name for these traps: pendulums. So, what's a pendulum? It's basically an energy structure that gets created when a whole bunch of people start thinking the same way about something. Think about the mass outrage from a viral news story, or the collective panic when the stock market dips. It can even be the drama in your family or office. These things take on a life of their own, and they have one simple goal: get more energy so they can keep going.
And how do they get that energy? By making you react. They feed on strong emotions. It doesn't matter if it's love, hate, fear, whatever. The second you get emotionally invested and react, you're feeding them. Just think about it. Is there a politician you can't stand? A cause you passionately fight against? The more you rage about it, the more you focus on it, the more you're just hooking yourself into its energy field, literally becoming a battery for the very thing you're trying to destroy.
So if fighting back just feeds the beast, what are we supposed to do? How do you win? The answer is, you don't. You don't fight. You just step aside. You let it swing by. Transurfing gives us the tools to do exactly that, to navigate around these pendulums without getting snagged. And it all comes down to managing our own energy.
The first big tool here is understanding something called excess potential. This is basically an energy imbalance that you create whenever you make something too important. You know that feeling? That dream job you have to get, the relationship you're terrified of losing, the problem you obsess over. It's like trying to hold a big beach ball underwater. The harder you push down on it, the more force it builds up to shoot out of the water. By making something too important, you create this massive tension, and the universe will find a way to balance it out, usually by knocking it away from you.
And that leads us right to the solution, which is all about shifting from what Zelen calls inner intention to outer intention. Now, inner intention, that's what we all know. It's that gritty, forceful, white-knuckled willpower. It's trying to muscle your way to a goal. And it creates all that excess potential we just talked about. But outer intention, that's a whole different ballgame. It's not about trying. It's a calm, deep resolve to have something. It's a quiet knowing that your goal is already realizing itself. You're not forcing the door open, you're just choosing to walk through a door that's already opening for you.
Okay, this brings us to the final piece of the puzzle. It's this one core metaphor that really ties everything we've talked about, the alternative space, pendulums, intention. It ties it all together beautifully.
Here it is. The world is a mirror. That's it. Think about that. A mirror doesn't care what it reflects. It doesn't judge you, it just shows you what's there. So if you walk up to this mirror of reality with a scowl on your face, convinced that the world is out to get you, well, that's exactly what it's going to show you, a hostile world. But if you stop fighting your reflection, if you relax and change your expression, the reflection changes too. The point is, you can't change the reflection by trying to manipulate the mirror. The change has to start with you.
But like any good tool, you have to know how to use it. There are basically 3 rules to this mirror. First, it just confirms what you show it. Simple. Second, for the reflection to be clear, your heart and your mind have to be on the same page. You can't just say you want something if you don't truly feel it. And third, and this might be the most crucial part, there's a delay. The mirror doesn't update in real time. It's like planting a seed. You don't get a tree overnight. You have to be patient, keep watering it, and trust that the reflection is on its way.
So when you put it all together, what's the big takeaway? It's this massive shift in how you see yourself. You're not just a piece on a chessboard, reacting to whatever life throws at you. No, you are the one who is choosing your reality. You are the maker.
And that really just leaves us with one final thought, one question to carry with you. If your world really is a mirror, what are you going to show it today? What face are you putting forward right now?